Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us.
Welcome back to Focus Today. I am Jerry Bilden, and as I said, I am very excited. We get a chance to talk to Rebecca St. James, an artist that you hear quite frequently every day, as a matter of fact, on theDove radio. But that's not the limit of her talents and capabilities. She is an acclaimed actress and a best-selling author. She is a wife. She is a mother. I'm surprised, Rebecca St. James, you even have time to talk to us today, but I'm thrilled that you would be here with us. Welcome.
Hi, Jay. Thanks so much for having me.
You are welcome. And you have a new book out right now. The name of it is One Last Thing. It's available this month, right?
It just came out 3 days ago.
Excellent. And but it goes into some interesting subject matter. What prompted you to write a new book tackling the issue of pornography?
Yeah. Well, you know, I had the privilege of working with an amazing author named Nancy Rue, who I've got to just give super huge props to. And she's a very, very accomplished fiction writer. And we wanted to do a 3-book series. So this is actually the 3rd book in the series, tackling topics that this generation of young adults really are dealing with right now in our culture. And so, you know, we started out actually with self-harm in the 1st book, and then in the 2nd book it was about the topic of abortion, and then in this one it's about pornography. And I think in these areas a lot of people feel very alone and they don't know where to turn, and they need encouragement and wisdom from God. But sometimes a direct, maybe self-help book on this issue might feel super heavy, or they feel intimidated by that. But a fiction book kind of comes in the back door of your heart in a way. You're reading about someone else's story, someone else's life and challenges, but then you're also getting God's wisdom through it. And so I'm really excited to have launched this book this week with Nancy, and to see how God is going to use it to bring wisdom, hope, and encouragement, especially in this area of pornography.
That's an excellent direction and approach. Now, this is interesting. Stats from Huffington Post recently published a study that says that porn sites get more visitors than Netflix, Amazon, and Twitter combined. What is going on in our culture?
Well, it's incredibly shocking to hear that, because when you think of, I mean, how many people are on just Twitter alone every day, let alone Amazon, oh my goodness, and Netflix. It's appalling to understand that. And I think there's just a lot of confusion about how negative pornography is on relationships and marriages, and I think people kind of give in because they feel like, oh, maybe it's kind of acceptable now, maybe this is okay. And as Christians, I mean, we need to be very strong on the fact that this is wrong. Not only is this creating lust, and I mean, Jesus is very, very strong about what lust can be aligned with, you know, adultery. Like it's like actually performing the act. And so he's very strong on that. So, but not only that, but I think it allows people to kind of turn to that instead of their spouse, which is very, very scary too. So just the division that it is creating in marriage, and the breakdown of marriages, as well as the images that you can't get back out of your head. And so I think we've just got to be so loving to those that are in the middle of it, and saying, hey, I'll walk with you through this. We're gonna, you know, get through it together. We're gonna pray through it. We're gonna ask for God's wisdom, but also just be strong on it and say, you know what, I'm just not gonna have any part in this, and put filters on your computer. Do what you need to do. But the book, One Last Thing, really does address how to lovingly, it's about a girl named Tara who's 3 weeks before her wedding, and she finds out her fiance, Seth, has this hidden addiction that she never knew about. And so I think a lot of women may be in that situation, or maybe married and find that out. And so it helps women to figure out what to do.
I imagine that, in a large part of the world, there's going to be a lot of feeling that what's wrong with this? I don't feel like this is a problem. It's kind of gotten almost to be a norm in society, yet inside the church where we see this problem also existing, I imagine that there's the other side of the coin where people don't want to talk about it, that they want to remain hidden and keep this undercover. This got to create a special problem for being able to speak freely and to try to get help for people who are in this addiction.
Yeah, and I really hope and pray that as the church becomes more aware that this is an issue in the church, and I think there is that understanding, but I think it's in a growing way. I hope that the church addresses it, and I think that there needs to be support groups for it, and whenever anything is hidden in the dark, Jesus is the light, and so we want every part of our life to be in the light, and that includes talking about it and sharing about it. And so I think obviously coming to your spouse first is the most important thing, that this is a struggle. But finding a mentor, that's one thing that the book really talks about is that you need a mentor. And, there's actually a couple just really, really lovely, warm scenes, actually quite a bit throughout the book, and some humor that kind of helps break up the heaviness of it. But Tara finds a mentor who really helps her through the challenges of this, and I think that's what we need in the church.
A copy of the book there, don't you?
I do.
Could you hold it up? I don't have a copy. The name of the book is One Last Thing. We're talking with Rebecca St. James, who has penned this book, tackling this problem with pornography in our culture. We have a number of questions that we are still going to address coming up in a couple minutes here. But one last thing, if we can take a look at the cover of the book. Again, thank you so much. Rebecca St. James, I really, really appreciate your time with us. I can't wait till you come back to Southern Oregon and sing again for us.
Thank you. I would love that too. I love it there.
Yeah, wife, mother, author, actress, Rebecca St. James, we are just so pleased that you would come and be able to speak with us like this. And good luck to you, everybody. One Last Thing is the name of the book, and it's available right now. Rebecca St. James, good day, and thank you very much for spending time with us on Focus Today.
Thanks so much.